Hey, what's up, world? It's your boy G Shrimp, everybody favorite baby daddy, voice of the street, man. And today we gonna be cruising through these YouTube streets, y'all. And we pulled up on this channel. Actually, it's 3 channels going on in one with me. Go make 4, y'all. The first channel is called Married to Trucking, y'all. And he found the video of a lady who was actually on the scene when Angie Stone got killed, right? And this is the lady who did the story, so I guess he picked her story up from this woman, which is the woman who was there, and he doing the video now. I'm showing y'all what happened. This is what this lady said happened, y'all, when Angie Stone them got hit. Now, at first, y'all, let me just say this. At first, I wasn't with the believing that they killed Angie Stone, right? But I tell you this, I believe it now. You know why? Because when Angie Stone them got hit, now we gonna listen to this lady talk, y'all. What happened is the truck first bumped the Sprinter van. The Sprinter van flipped over and the truck stopped. She gonna say it stopped and had its hazard lights on. When she come up to the crash, she went around the 18-wheeler, y'all. You hear me? She went around the 18-wheeler. He was over there with his brake lights on and his hazard lights on, right? She gets out the car to help Angie Stone them and the people in the van. And keep in mind, she don't even know this Angie Stone. She just being a good Samaritan, y'all, right? So she pulls over, get out, and she comes to the people. Are y'all all right? She said, did y'all call the police? They said, no, we just trying to get out the van. So Angie was the first one. She helped out the van. Angie gets out. She wobbling around because she been in a car accident. It done flipped over a few times. She's dizzy. So she's moving on around. The lady got telling her, hey, ma'am, you got to be still. Sit down because you need to go wander in traffic or whatever. Now, this is my 2 cents, y'all. When the truck driver see she ain't dead, he like, damn, this is a paid hit. When they pay you to kill somebody, they want their ass dead. You don't get paid for no attempt murders. You don't get paid for no half-ass shit, y'all. You feel me? When the truck driver, and this is my 2 cents, when the truck driver noticed the woman was still alive, he ran over Angie Stone and this fucking white lady, y'all. And that's how he ended up on the other side of the street. He had to go down in the ditch where Angie then was, run her over, and then go into oncoming traffic. Just listen to her words closely, y'all. Listen to this. Better yet, it's over here.
I have pieces of hair in my hair. It's a little all over.
Let's go get to it, y'all. Don't worry.
I'm not going to get up. I'm going to get back to tell my story, and I'll show you the footage. After driving the 6 hours home, showering, and processing it all, here's the story. About 4 a.m. on Saturday morning, me and my daughter were driving to Charleston, South Carolina for her sweet 16 birthday getaway. We came up to a truck with a trailer and its flashers were on, so we slowed down some, and that's when I noticed there was an overturned vehicle in the fast lane. It looked like it just happened. I pulled over and put my flashers on, and I told my daughter to stay in the car. And I ran over. It was a van, and I ran over, and there were so many people in this van, and they were just trying to get out. And I asked if they'd called the cops, and they said we're just trying to get out. And they were helping this woman out off the side of the van, and I grabbed her hand and I helped her get down, and she seemed out of it, and I was holding her hand and she was wobbling around, and I said, baby, you gotta sit down. And then the next thing I know, I flew and I fell down to the ground, and it felt like something not ran over me but brushed over me. Like something just swiped over my body, and I got up and I could hear screaming, and I just focused in on one screaming, and it was my daughter, and all I could do was run across the highway and tell her to get back in the car. She had to move the car because if somebody anybody else hit us, it could hit her. So she moved the car farther up the interstate, and I called 911, and they said they were on their way. And then all I could think to do was get to my daughter. And that's all I could do in that time. And when I was walking to my daughter, we were running. The best that I could do. I was in so much pain. My chest felt like an elephant was sitting on it. My legs were so hurt and sore. And I looked up, and there was an 18-wheeler that had crossed the median into oncoming traffic, and I knew that's what hit me and ran over and brushed over me was the 18-wheeler. And my daughter's freaking out. She'd already called my husband by then and my father-in-law, and I just told her, we've got to get to the hospital. I can't breathe. It was so hard to breathe. I'm going to post a video of the 18-wheeler after I left the hospital, driving back through to get to my husband and my son. I will not be posting the vehicle in the video because somebody did pass away. They did. And I won't be posting that for respect for their family. I'm sore, I'm bruised all on the right side of my body. I'm very stiff everywhere. But I will keep you guys updated. And the video is going to come at the end, okay? Hug your family tight. Hug your family tight. Bye.
If you ever had a dream of publishing your own book, here's why you should definitely go for it. And I believe this quote by Toni Morrison.
Let's check out and dissect what it is that she just told us. Remember, I don't give you the story over here. We just break the story down over at M2T. We bring a weird or type of situation into reality and put it up into the prospects that it's supposed to be in. The reality of it. And how do you get the reality? With substantial evidence. This woman was a on the scene eyewitness, also a part of the accident. So this is it's not going to get any better when it comes to figuring out. This is the same thing that investigators do when they go to the scene. They look for DNA, they look for footage, they look for video, and they look for eyewitnesses to solidify their cases. We have a eyewitness that was there, that was also assisted Angie Stone and also was almost unalive. Now, one of the first things that she said that caught my attention was that her and her daughter was coming up on a tractor that had its brake lights on, and she noticed an accident that just had happened. She pulled over and got out, and she went over and she crossed the highway and went over to where.
Exactly. Now you heard what he and she just said. The truck was sitting there with his brake lights on. I just mentioned that. Now when he realized, when he noticed this white woman was helping Angie, it clicked in. God damn, this bitch ain't dead. He got to finish the job, y'all. If you own your brakes and a car can go around you, that means your car wasn't damaged, it wasn't no harm. He had already hit the car, because you can see the damage of the front of his truck. He had already bumped them, kind of like a pit maneuver that the police do. You see just the front end was damaged a little bit. Then when he realized she was alive, and they teach these truck drivers this: if you go hit somebody, you might as well go and kill them. They don't want nobody alive. It could have been even not a hit, and he just following the rules of the trucker. It's better to take care of people financially one time than to take care of cripples their whole life. That's about money when it comes to them truckers. They don't want you to hit nobody, put them in the wheelchair, and they got to pay for them forever. They'll want to pay the family one time and be done with it. It's a difference between maybe $1 million or maybe $10 or $100 million. So he could have been just saying, man, I got to run this bitch over. She ain't dead. He might have thought everybody in the van was dead. But no. He knew, if we believe what the record company, everybody is saying about the record company, then we know they was just trying to kill Angie. Otherwise, he could have just hit the van again, flipped it over on Angie too. No, he went around and just ran Angie and the little white girl over. She didn't even know it was a fucking truck hitter, y'all. You hear me? She didn't even know it was a truck hitter until she paid attention and like, damn. But the trucks are so high, it hit her. She felt the pain, but when she fell down, it's high enough, it ran over her. Maybe that bottom part that the tire holds the tire might have brushed her chest. That's why it was hurting. Or it could have been the pain from the truck actually just hitting her. We'll see. Let's finish it. Listen to what he's saying.
The vehicle was. She said the vehicle was in the fast lane, M2T. This is on I-65 in Montgomery, Alabama. She said that they was heading to North Carolina, and her family was heading to Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, the vehicle, Angie Stoneman's vehicle was turned over in the fast lane on 65. Let's hear her say that again. Check this out.
We came up to a truck with a trailer and its flashers were on, so we slowed down some, and that's when I noticed there was an overturned vehicle in the fast lane.
If we look at the skid marks,
He was in the fast lane too. This the fast lane.
from the 18-wheeler, we can tell that it veered from the march. The march doesn't show the fast lane, but it shows the middle lane.
Yes! It's overwhelming. People having to go.
Y'all see that? It veered from the middle lane. The skid marks go from the middle lane all the way into the median, facing the opposite side of the highway. Now, they're heading northeast, so that opposite lane had to be southwest 65. So he's facing southwest 65, and he veered from northeast of 65. So that tells us that the impact happened. If she said that the car was in the fast lane, it happened in between the middle and the fast lane with the 18-wheeler. And something else that she said was, when she walked up on the scene, she started helping Angie. She asked them, are they okay? Have they called the police? They said, nah, we just trying to get out the car. And she said they was trying to help a woman out of the car, and she started helping her, and she helped her down. Listen to her.
It was a van, and I ran over, and there were so many people in this van, and they were just trying to get out, and I asked if they'd called the cops, and they said, we're just trying to get out, and they were helping this woman out off the side of the van, and I grabbed her hand and I helped her get down, and she seemed out of it, and I was holding her hand and she was wobbling around, and I said, baby, you gotta sit down.
Y'all hear that? So as she's helping Angie down, she's saying that Angie is wobbly, and she's saying, honey, you have to sit down. So she's coherent, and she's up, wobbling, moving around with Courtney. And you guys can go over to her TikTok. She calls herself Simply Courtney. You can go over there and check her out. Her and Courtney have her up, and she's wobbling, and she's telling Angie. She don't even know who it is that she's interacting with at this time. She don't even know that Angie is who Angie is. She's just a good Samaritan that got out and had the heart to go help them out. She don't even know who she's in the presence of. Right? So she's telling her, honey, you got to sit down. And so that tells us that, number one, Angie was alive when that car flipped over. Matter of fact, so Courtney helped them get out and helped Angie, interacted with Angie, and was telling Angie she have to sit down. That eliminates anything happening to Angie in that car. That eliminates that. She's up. She's moving around. When Courtney tell her, honey, you need to sit down, Courtney said out of nowhere, something whoosh, brushed her, and she kind of emphasized hit her, and she flew back.
And then the next thing I know, I flew and I fell down to the ground.
Right? She said when she came to, she was trying to understand what was happening, but all she could feel was pain in her chest, and it was feeling like a buffalo or something was sitting on her chest, and she can hear screaming, which was her daughter.
And I got up, and I could hear screaming, and I just focused in on one screaming, and it was my daughter. And I was walking to my daughter, we were running the best that I could do. I was in so much pain. My chest felt like an elephant was sitting on it. My legs were so hurt and sore.
She said when she looked, she got up and started going toward her daughter, and when she looked, she noticed that there was an 18-wheeler now in the middle of the median.
I looked up, and there was an 18-wheeler that had crossed the median into oncoming traffic.
And she told her daughter that move the car on up because I don't want nobody to hit you. And as she started to come to, because she's in shock, she had almost been hit by this 18-wheeler, and it's coming to her to what just happened.
There was an 18-wheeler that had crossed the median into oncoming traffic, and I knew that's what hit me and ran over and brushed over me was the 18-wheeler.
All she know is that she was just standing up with a woman, trying to calm the woman down and having this woman to sit down. That's all she know, fam. And in a blink of an eye, she had been knocked back with such a force that it can put pressure on her chest, and she's incoherent. So as she's come to and she interact with her daughter, and she sees this 18-wheeler now in the median, she has now came to realize that, like she said, that's when I understood, that's when I realized that the 18-wheeler is what hit me and ran over. Yeah. Now, she was fixed to say that's when I realized that the 18-wheeler had hit me and had ran over Angie. Or had ran over the lady, because she didn't know it was Angie. And had ran over that lady. That's what she was finna say, but she caught her words. Check it out.
And I knew that's what hit me and ran over and brushed over me was the 18-wheeler.
That's what she was finna say. The 18-wheeler hit me, and had ran over, and had ran over. She basically just told you right there what happened. She basically just told us Angie Stone was alive, up on her feet, incoherently, rightfully so, but up on her feet, moving around. She's trying to calm her down and have her to sit down until law enforcement and paramedics get there to check her out. And before she knew it, she was on the ground. Now, she did not elaborate more about, the truck actually hitting Angie from that punch. All she said was, that's when I noticed that the truck had hit me and had ran over. We all know what you finna say. So she didn't elaborate no more after that. You can tell that this woman was very distraught about this situation. Now, there has been, the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency is investigating this as a crime. Why is they investigating this as a crime, M2T? How do we even know that they investigating this as a crime? Check this out. Shout out to the creator that provided us with this video. We appreciate her. I believe her name is Kenny. And shout out to the creator that provided us with these notes from her trying to obtain the police report from the accident. This is what we're looking at. This is the report that the Alabama law enforcement agency sent her when she tried to request these documents for $20. Y'all see the documents? It says, this is what it's basically saying, that we cannot release this report or anything about this case until it is deemed not a criminal matter. We cannot release any documents that is being investigated as a criminal matter. Matter of fact, you will not get any document until it is reported or deemed or has been finalized as not being a criminal matter. Only until then you can receive the documents after that. As long as it's a criminal matter, you cannot receive the documents. Why? Because it's an ongoing criminal investigation. Here it is. Y'all see it? That's them telling her verbatimly, we understand that you're asking for these documents, but we can't give it to you because it's being investigated. It's being pursued as a criminal matter. It's being investigated as a criminal matter. So why is they investigating this as a criminal matter, M2T? Why haven't CRST put any information out there about this truck driver? Why did they have to take an eyewitness that almost got unalived herself to come out and speak about exactly what happened when it comes to this CRST truck driver? Now, I don't know a whole lot about CRST, but I have heard that they are some grimy, some savages over at CRST. And I've heard a lot about a few other ones, CR England, Western Express. I've heard a whole lot about a whole lot of other ones. But they are definitely talking about how grimy CRST is. They didn't send no condolences to the family. They didn't say that we are investigating. They ain't saying nothing. So, if the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency and the DOT of Alabama is investigating this as a criminal matter, then who is it that they're investigating as the criminal? Because if it's an open and closed case, documents will be released because it's public records. It wouldn't be notated as it's a criminal ongoing investigation. So they're investigating somebody. My question is, who? Now, we all know that Angie went online and she said she had a secret that she wanted to tell us. Anytime somebody is saying that they have a secret, M2T, that means that they know that it can be consequences behind them exposing what it is that they're about to expose because it's a secret. Right? Angie knew that there could be consequences behind her exposing what she exposed. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out the last video that we dropped. And Angie Stone giving us the tell-all of how the industry has been robbing and stealing and taking all of her money. You got to understand, they did Michael Jackson like that, they did Prince like that, they did Dolph like that, they did Lisa Left Eye like that, they did Aaliyah like that, they did Albie Shore like that, they did Heavy D like that. Man, there are so many artists out here that the industry has either unalived or attempted to unalive because of secrets. They don't like their business being put out there. And if you get to trying to talk against them, they will move. What do I mean when I say they will move? They will have you handled. Why you think Diddy is in the position that he's in? He's also going to be investigated for things. He's going to be investigated for Biggie. He's going to be investigated for Pac. He's going to be investigated for his baby mama, Kim. They going to get him on all that. This is the industry. This is the big dog. This is the elite. Sometimes it's just not worth you selling your soul for some money and for some fame and signing your papers and signing your rights over to this industry. Because there's way more that come with it than what you think. And before you know it, not only you, but your family and your loved ones and your friends, they're also in danger. We have plenty of ways that we can make...
Okay, now that's enough of him, y'all. Listen. The white girl name is simply Courtney, right? This chick, her name is Kimmy. He said, I'm going to have to go and find her. I guess you can find her on TikTok. That's from TikTok. And he put it on his channel. His channel is called Married to Trucking, y'all. You see it up there, Married to Trucking. I have watched him before. He alright. You know, I give a shout out to all the YouTubers. I don't never wish none of them no harm. You know, everybody doing what they doing to get money and stay out the way. Him and his wife doing it. She got a channel too. I just think that I'm gonna check her out. It's called Crime to something. I think it's a Crime She Wrote. Crime She Wrote, kind of like the Murder She Wrote. And she got Crime She Wrote. I have to rewind this video all the way to the beginning and see what it was. I just damn near went to sleep, y'all. That's why I had to stop him talking. Because it's like he rambling a little bit now. And I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. I'm just meaning I want to hear what the white girl got to say. You know, we done heard everything. If he talking now, hey. But this is really crazy. Now I'm starting to be like, y'all, America, they killed this woman. They really did kill this woman. Because you can't make me believe that a car is stopped. Cars go around you. And then all of a sudden your van just accelerates. And then you off in the medium, down in the embankment, and come up on the other side. And this is the same truck, y'all, that hit him in the first place. Didn't y'all see that when they had it going by real slow? The bump he had right there, it's like a pit maneuver when you bump the side of a car. If y'all see the police chasers when they hit the car in the back and make it spin out, y'all. A van, imagine they doing 55 or 65 depending on what the speed limit is. You hit that motherfucker, the police don't even do the pit at that rate of speed, y'all, because it's dangerous. They don't want to do it at that speed. They'll do it at 35, 45, 55, 60. They won't do it at that speed. So imagine if an 18-wheeler, he can stand it because he's not going to lose control. All he need to do is bump it just a little bit and you see the damage of his truck. The damage of his truck was in the front. And then he had came to a complete stop because she went around him, y'all. The white girl went around him. And then he ran her and Angie over. How the fuck you do that? She said the first thing she seen was his brake lights. So, what, you got up off your brakes, stepped back on the gas, and decided to go down in the medium and do that? Why? Because obviously they paid you to do it. They paid you to do it. That's exactly what happened, y'all. You feel me? Now check this out. I got another video I'm gonna be doing in a little while, y'all. When it comes to Lil Ronnie, Get Money Lil Ronnie, y'all, and his baby mama and his little girl being assassinated, listen. The baby mama is, I told y'all in the last video, she didn't show no remorse, y'all. Now this chick done got to go fund me money. Now I'll forgive her for talking shit, being drunk, talking about they go kill all the casinos. Okay, now that was a little sign of remorse. That's anger coming out. I said she shouldn't tell nobody. She shouldn't tilt her hand. That's the only thing I didn't like about that. But now this bitch it's like she partying all week. I ain't seen her cry yet. She partying all week. She was out on the block, y'all. She had stacks of money up to her head. You know how people be talking on the phone with the money, just holding it up. I don't see what they get out of doing that. Flexing. She flexing the GoFundMe money, y'all. Because the insurance ain't paid her yet. The insurance ain't paid yet. So we know this is the GoFundMe money. She got so much of it that she even paying niggas to stand around her. Security on deck. Security on deck. Niggas out there with choppers watching her. And I'm like, look at this. Come on, baby. I think she like this. 4 years old. The little girl just turned 5. The way she partying, she probably been loving that little girl to be gone anyway, which is why Lil Ronnie used to be with her all the time. She loving it. You mean I'm finna get paid and y'all done took my baby away? She probably got other kids. And this is what you want to do? Party, party, party? You should be somewhere planning for the funeral. Now, if you go turn up out at the repairs, hey, turn up. But damn, babe, you know, when my dad died, y'all, if y'all want to know why my views ain't all the way up there, why I should have way more views, I went off the air for 9 months, y'all, when my daddy died. I went off the air for 9 months. And I wasn't monetized yet anyway, so I wasn't getting paid. So I stopped doing it because I'm like, they weren't paying me no way. So what the fuck I need to set up the camera and do all this for? I really was just doing it to be doing it at those times, telling my little stories, and the people started liking them, so I started telling them, right? Then my daddy died, I lost the passion for it, right? What brought me back to the internet is one day I had got locked out of my computer at the same time, which is also what stretched the 9 months out. It wasn't like I was mourning for 9 months. I was locked out one of my computers, right? So when I finally got back in the computer and got back on the channel, I started just reading the comments and realized how many fans I had. And people was like, G Shrimp, you need to come back to YouTube. Your story was legendary. I'm like, legendary? What the fuck? And I'm reading all these comments, y'all, and I'm like, damn, they really missed the channel. So I decided to try to do one video. When I turned it on, I hadn't shaved, y'all. I'm like, damn, I got to change clothes. It's a lot going to these videos with me, y'all. First of all, you got to find the content, what you go talk about and all that. Then you got to put your clothes on and, you know, you got to look good. Look presentable, should I say. You know, and I had to start that video over because I had to cut my hair, shave and all that. And I remember a lady friend of mine calling me. She called me like 3 weeks, maybe a week after my dad had passed. And she was just checking on me. She said, hey, what's up, Shrimp? I'm like, what's up? She said, how you doing? I said, I'm all right. She like, no, you're not, Shrimp. I know you ain't all right. Your daddy just died. Y'all been knowing each other and staying with each other. You know, you've been there 50. Y'all been at that house 50 years, man. 40 years, might as well say. I'm in my 40s, y'all. So imagine, I'm like, damn, I guess she right. You know, I wasn't really ready. I wasn't ready. But it took her to tell me that, y'all. That, man, I know you ain't straight yet, Shrimp. Pardon the body, y'all. I'm trying to get that back up. I ain't finna turn the video back on, though, but, you know. And she like, man, I know you You know you ain't sure. I guess she could hear it in my voice that I wasn't ready for to come back on air yet, or even ready emotionally, y'all, because I don't see how she could be doing it the way I love my kids and how I love my daughter, man. Ain't no fucking way. People be talking about, we go party and turn up. No, the fuck y'all not. Y'all make it come over and party in that room, but I'm going to be in my bedroom laying down. You know, you lost a baby daddy and your daughter. You telling me you don't love neither one of them enough where you could take one day to cry? Bitch, when you go cry? I know you want people to think you ain't hurt and they ain't did nothing. No, it's not time to show that side of you. It's not time to show that side of you. You need to show remorse, how hurt you is. I ain't seen the video of you crying yet. And it ain't no use to you hiding that. Ain't no use to you hiding that. But, hey, she a young girl. She grieved different. Okay, cool. But, man, that's why our streets is fucked up now. These young parents, man, I'm talking about, they do things totally different, y'all. You feel me? Totally different. It's your boy G Shump, everybody favorite baby daddy, voice of the street, man. I'm going to punch in that dig you later. I'm out of here. That's crazy.